Hello everyone, welcome to another video in the series Everything You Should Know About the Immortal. Today we'll be looking at the new Immortal Cao Cao, Hero of Chaos. Surprisingly, IK dropped lightning support during the 4th anniversary. Right now, he's a little bit limited to a lot of people because he can only be summoned via Dazzling Wish in the 4th anniversary event, and that basically costs money, right? So people might want to wait until he comes into the other places such as the packs and maybe the golden path, right? So we will have to wait for that, but for now let's take a look closer into the Cao Cao. So how do we get Cao Cao? Right now you can only get him in the 4th anniversary event, Dazzling Wish, and that costs a little bit money, and I don't really recommend people to do it unless you really want him. And also that potentially in the future he will be arriving in Golden Path and packs. And if you don't know what I mean by packs, I'm going to show you guys in the game. These cultivate immortals, right? These are the immortals that you haven't maxed out, and they're gonna show up, or they're gonna be popping up until you max out these immortals. And they're gonna be there. He's probably gonna pop up here eventually, so keep an eye on them because I think he's gonna be quite popular for a lot of lightning users. And like always, we need 60 fragments to unlock his immortal, and need 960 fragments to unlock his artifact slot as well. And if you want to go maxed out his totally like specialization tree, you will be needing 4,200 immortals minimum to complete the specialization tree for Cao Cao. Now let's take a look at his skill. You can see here his ultimate looks actually pretty decent. It's basically based for the hybrid, the heavy normal attack immortals like Alex, Hannibal, right? And some others probably too, but if you are facing them a lot, I think Cao Cao is going to be a very good option to use against them. I do wish that this immortal was released like 2 years ago before all of the chaos. If it did, I think Cao Cao would have been a very OP, support in the game. Right now, if I have to predict, I think he would be a decent option to a lot of people. I don't know if it's gonna be like a good option against the heavy meta, Wukong and these kind of immortals, right? But I think he will do well against majority of the people who are using, still using Alex and Hannibal, right? So I think it looks good. I'm definitely gonna be trying to get this immortal and max him out just to test him properly because I really miss going back to my lightning march. And if you look at the stats, base stats looks actually not bad, especially the energy region. So now we're expecting energy region to be around 120, 130 in that range, right? So I think that's pretty good for support. And he have a high physical attack, high magical attack as well, magical defense and physical defense for base stats. I do like that. Keep in mind those stats are inflated by my tech, right? Technology. They are maxed out for the immortals, so you can see different numbers. But if you are new into the game, you might have different numbers there. But the most important part, in my opinion, is energy region. It means that he can keep up with the best supports. So now let's take a look at his ultimate. Since I don't have him, or I don't have this immortal yet, I will use the open arena to show you guys showcasing. Let's slow it down a little bit. And you can see the energy region is decent. I think that's pretty good, right? It's faster than Khan, faster than Elcid, and I think you can expecting to be, him to perform well. His ultimate it's not that visually different, like special, but you can see here right now, he just basically, throw his arm up in the air and get like a blue purple purplish animations. Well, specifically, he's calling for the bird, right? That is his artifact. So I think it looks decent. It looks fine. I think it's easy to differentiate from what's going on, and I'm happy for that because there's some of the the ultimate that we have seen from other immortals that actually you see that they do the animation, but there's nothing like special visualizations and stuff like that, right? But you can see here we know what we get, and you take a look there. I mean, it's decent. Let's take a look at the damage output as well. So let's take a look at there. So the healing part, I would think it can be very good, right? The shielding, I think that's special. Now you have an idea where you put, these two together so that you have a very good shielding team. So, but I will talk about that later in this video. So now let's take a look at the specializations for Cao Cao. So for Cao Cao specializations, in my opinion, you should always run him with another carry, and Lightning have a backline carry type of bot, right? You either have Hammurabi or you have Genghis Khan. In my opinion, he might work better on Hammurabi than Genghis Khan, but I'm assuming a lot of people would probably use Genghis Khan instead because I think it's more popular. It's probably better than Hammurabi as well, but if you take away that factor, I think the Cao Cao's ultimate helps Hammurabi's ultimate more than Khan's ultimate, if you know what I mean, right? So yeah, I would definitely I would go for Divine Blessing to help increase the damage from my carry. You can definitely go with the first one as well, but I don't really recommend that for like a setup like we are going to be probably using Cao Cao in. So now let's take a look at his artifact. You can see here I tried to remove the background, right? But when I did remove the background, it basically removed half of the artifact. So I put this picture in here so you know what it looks like. And if you guys remember the showcase of his ultimate, the bird, when he, basically he summoned a bird. This is the bird, and I think it looks really cool. The visual of this artifact is amazing in my opinion. The duration of Hearts United increased by 3 seconds, and in my opinion, it's actually one of the better artifact passive that actually increases time, increases by 3 seconds, because other artifacts or many of the other immortals artifact they increase by like 1 seconds, 1.5 seconds, maybe max 2 seconds, right? But this 3 seconds, it means that it can continuously basically shielding for your team all the time, and I think this is probably one of the top tier artifacts when it comes to when it increased by seconds and stuff like that, right? Now let's take a look at his skills. You can see here I have the 3 skills and free-to-play skills, but if you already can summon and you have maxed out Cao Cao, you probably can afford the 3 skills because only whales have them at the moment. But if you are new to the game, early in the game, or you want Cao Cao, I think as a free-to-play, I would do Assist and Fighting Master, because the reason why I want Fighting Master is because with his artifact, you will be able to continuously keep shielding your members with your ultimate, and I think that is a very good thing to have right now. And it's definitely use absolute defense as well, so he becomes a bit more sustainable. But if you want a little more offensive, I would do the aura, like weakness aura, malice aura, sacrifice aura, the purple one. And then if you do happens to have 3 skills, I would definitely go for the soul synergy. I think that's very good since his energy region going to be pretty high. and then you have no escape. That's also pretty good, but normally you're probably going to put that on your frontliner because as lightning, you're probably going to be running double tank anyway. And if you want a little bit more sustainable, you have the energy shield, which in my opinion is pretty good. And then you have purification, situational, but it's going to be very good against some of the marches with King Emperor and stuff like that. And then of course the last one I have here is life protections. This is absolutely pay to win skill, probably the best supporting skills in the game. And if you can afford it, I would definitely be happy to put that into your CaoCao. But keep in mind, CaoCao probably not going to be your main match anyway, especially for the Wales one. But if you are in the category of mid spender, casual players, I think CaoCao is the one to go. I know he's the only lightning support, but I think he will actually be one of the better, if not the best, elemental supports in the game, and I think he looks very good as well. So that being said, let's take a look at the compositions that I try to put up for CaoCao. So now that we are back in open arena again, and I managed to try CaoCao for a couple of days, and you can see he actually looks pretty good in the game. I really like his animations and stuff like that. It looks very nice. And also, what I want to point out with CaoCao, right? If you want to use him, this is one of the matches I was trying with him with. You can definitely go for something like this, right? Hammurabi, something like this. I think this would actually be pretty good, or something like this. I think that can be interesting, right? I don't think him with Khan is gonna be that good unless I would say if you had Fu Fei here instead of CaoCao, Khan would be benefiting more. But since Khan is here and CaoCao is here, I think Hammurabi would benefit more from the the shielding, the debuff and stuff like that, and then you probably want to go with other skills in front here as well. That's what I would have run, but I have yet to test or to show you guys, or not to show, but to test CaoCao flexed into several matches, but I believe he can do it. But he's not going to be like the game changer like we see with King Emperor right nowadays with the meta and stuff like that. But CaoCao gonna be performing well. I do like the immortal. He looked like a Chinese Doctor Strange kind of type, right? I really like it, and I'm looking forward to try and get him and farm him, like farm his fragments. I think it's gonna be very interesting because I can't wait to use Lightning Team again. I think that's gonna be quite amazing feeling after turn away from Lightning Team for 1.5 years now, and I think this is gonna be very interesting for me, and it's gonna be like nostalgic for me, right? So yeah, that being said, until we test him more in different flex into different matches, I think a full Lightning with CaoCao gonna be a quite strong team to be looking out for in the future. And you can probably go for this with this as well, but in my opinion, this one, if you can play around his mage Hammurabi, I think we will be seeing some really good results from that. So yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video.